James. Hello. Welcome to episode 5 of my podcast YouTube channel. And this is the first episode of the songwriting workshop. And today's topic is learning how to write with imagery. And this is the story of how I learned how to develop writing with imagery. It all started way back in the 90s. It was a very different time than today. Minds were bright and young, and there was still optimism instead of nepotism. I remember hearing various songs on the radio talking about the Queen of the Night. It was the first use of imagery that I had as a kid growing up. The Mistress of the Night. The Queen of the Night. No, not Maggie Bell, but the one, that special one, like Selma Hayek in Dust to Dawn. Just a endless, graceful figure. One of the big reasons I originally liked Jim Morrison was that he ad-libbed in a lyrical change in the song Backdoor Man. He said, "I'm out to make it with my midnight dream, yeah." From "I'm out making my midnight creep," from the original song. And it was the most classical vocal line and scream in musical history. And it was that ad lib that makes legends. Let me tell you something. Jimmy was on to something, and he was going to die looking for it. That was the kind of commitment that I respected. He was no pretender. He didn't care about upsetting the establishment. You politicians and senators can go make your midnight creep, doing your dirty business. But me? Well, I got other plans. I'm out to make it with the midnight dream. Well, the men don't know, but some, they understand. Catch my drift. Was it she? Who was the elusive midnight dream? Was it a car? Hell no, it was a woman, and I bet she was hot. I don't know what you're doing tonight, but me, hell, I'm out to make it with a midnight dream. Okay, let's get back to the 90s. It was 1990, to be exact, the year that I found out the midnight dream, existed. Oddly enough, I was with my girlfriend. Her name was Dawn. Maybe it was the dawn of the illumination of imagery. Either way, I found her, the midnight dream. We were sitting on a couch, if I can remember correctly. I was watching a movie when it introduced a character that I never forgot. The movie was called Henry and June, and she appeared from the mist and the shadows. In the moonlight night, it was her. She was everything. The queen, the night, the moon, the midnight dream, everything. When the movie first introduces Uma Thurman, she was the queen of a midnight dream, and her name was June. I saw this and my mind exploded. I had the use of imagery with a subject that I had always wondered about, the mistress of the night. That is why I got a tattoo of Uma Thurman inside the moon on my arm, so that I'd always remember what I learned that night. What I discovered sitting on the couch that night with my girlfriend, I never wanted to forget. I remember trying to tell her about it. Like, honey, I just had a breakthrough. Did you see how hot Uma was in that movie? I mean, did you notice her? I just figured out who the Midnight Dream was. I mean, this is huge. But as I recall, well, she didn't quite share my enthusiasm with how hot Uma was, and the conversation was quickly forgotten. But I never forgot. I used that stream to forge new ideas of imagery for new subjects. It was like my first day of class. Mojo, meet Uma Thurman. She's going to burn an image in your head that you'll never forget. It's the stuff people ad-lib into songs and moan about. Well, all you people eat your pork and beans. I'm out to make it with the midnight dream. Yes, I am. That's my plan tonight. Sometimes you just need to see the bigger picture. A face to put to the words. Generations will come and go, but there will always be a queen of the night. And guys will be moaning about that same old thing forever. And that was how I learned to write with imagery. What makes you men go crazy when the women wear her dress so tight? Well, it must be the same old thing that makes the tomcats fight at night. Mortal words from Pigpen. Now, just because that was my form of imagery that I used, doesn't mean it needs to be yours. You can use anything that you might see in a movie on the big screen, or maybe even out in nature, as imagery for your writing. Just use a plethora of metaphors to describe this imagery, and you've got yourself a ball starting that can be easily rolled down a hill. When you see like a ship upon the ocean, which is beautiful imagery, or a night sky, the stars in the night, anything that might intrigue you watching just a random movie, you need to learn to see these uses of imagery and in a movie through the lens of a songwriter. I mean, they're gifts to you that are needed to be explored through the use of words, and they are giving you beautiful imagery to launch your ideas from through the ether. Meadows, flowers, spiders, fences, trees, all of these things can be used as imagery in your writing to get exactly the kind of thoughts across that are impactful. I mean, they're there to try and move you. Even something as simple as a fence. That was like the title of one of the poems I wrote. It's called Sitting on the Fence of Repent. It's just using metaphors to try and form some imagery. This is really a very big example of what you're going to be using in poetry, but the lessons and the practicality can easily be transferred into song also. It just doesn't have to belong exclusively to poems. It can be utilized in any fashion, in any different form.